All right, time for another Fibble. This is the game that's just like Wordle, but on every row, one of the clues is a lie. They're starting us with braid. Maybe DRA would be good. The R could be the lie. But we can't do an I then, so we can't do like drain. We could do, I don't know, drags. Why not? Okay. Well, we didn't get any contradictions, so that's unfortunate. What about A? Oh, but we can't do the D there if we're gonna be right. We could do RAD. And then new letters, so we can't do grade because we can't do the G if we're doing the R. But we could do trade. Trade would work. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, well, we continue to not get a contradiction. So if the gray R or the green A is the lie, it's the lie all three times. And if there's not a D in the word, then the D is the lie all three times. So I'm thinking there is a D. Now, one of those could be a lie because it's supposed to be green, but that's interesting. And the other thing is if... so let's think about this. Could the R be the lie? Let's say there's supposed to be an R second, right? The A has to be true. All three of the yellow D's have to be true. But where would you put a D? You can't put a D. So the R cannot be second. Now, you could have an R somewhere else and a D here. That's the only way you could have an R at all is if the D is second. Could we do... We'd have to have an E, too. You'd have to have, like, ER or EDA, R something, DA. And you can't do RE. The E would have to be first or fourth. Yeah, I don't think that's possible. I don't think you can have an R. So I think the R's are true. Okay. Now, if the A's were lies, that's possible. You'd have D and E and potentially nothing else. I feel like the A is probably true. I feel like one of the D's is going to be the lie because it's green. That's sort of my instinct. What if we did ED like this? We'd need to have a T and a G or an S. Oh, you'd have to do like stayed, but that's with an I, not an E. So that's not going to work. So we can't have a D at the end. We could do, let's see, if we do this one as a lie, then the E is true. Oh, we don't necessarily have to have it. No. With the D go back to the D at the end again. We don't necessarily have to have a T because the E could be the lie. If we do, if we did like ND, for example, we could do gland if the E was the lie. Yeah, let's go with that. Okay. Oh, okay, so the A is interesting. So there's definitely a D. We definitely have a D now because one of the two A's is a lie. Also, one of the second or fourth A's, drags and gland, one of those is a lie. So the G's are definitely true, the gray G's. Also, first and last one, again, one of the A's is a lie. So the yellow D is definitely true at the end. Okay, so I'm still thinking A in the middle. Although, I mean, it's not a for sure. And then, what? So if we do D at the beginning, perhaps. But then what comes between the D and the A? Well, you could do an E. Then we'd have to have a T because of trade. The A, D, and E would all be true. The T would have to be the lie. So you'd have to have a T. But we also have to have an L because the gray A here makes the L true. Okay, so because of braid, you need a B or an I. Because of gland, you need an L. If the D is here. Well, no matter where the D is, if we put the A, we need a B or an I, because we already know the D is true. The A is then true. So we need a B or an I. We need an L. We've got an A, we've got a D. That's 4 of the letters. So if you put it at the beginning, then you need to have... We could have the E be the lie still, but then what goes between the D and the A? An O? I don't know, we've got... Well, what about dial? Oh, but we can't do an S because the D is the lie and drags, so the gray S has to be true. That almost works. Almost works. We can't quite do dials. And I don't know what else you would put at the end besides an S. So maybe the D isn't there. Maybe this is the green D. We could also have a D second. But either way, we still need an L. And it can't be second. Could we do lead something? Leads. No, we need a B or an I. See, that's the thing. With the D fourth, that makes this the lie. We have to have an E. This one's true, so we have to have an S. So we need an E, an S, an A, a D, and an L, and a B or an I. That's too many letters. Too many letters. So this one has to be true. We can't put a D fourth. So now we're back to either the beginning. Okay, let's say we put the D second. Let's go with that. So all the D's are true. We need an S, we need an A, we need a D, we need a B or an I. And then we have to either have, well, we could just have no E. We have an L. Yeah, so that would have to be, so it would be S, D, A, L, and a B or an I. Well, you can't put a B before the D. You can't put an S before the D. So you'd have to have I, D, A, and then an S and an L. It'd have to be that. No, that's not going to work. So we can't put the D second. So the D has to be at the beginning. It's got to be at the beginning. This has to be true. Lie. Well, assuming I'm still assuming the green A is true. Okay, so we need B or I. We could go no E, so we need an L. Oh, no. We use the delt. Oh, but we need the B or the I. Shoot, I thought that was going to do it. Again, really close, almost works. Oh, you know what we could do? Delta, no, we can't. Never mind. Because if the D is first, then the A is true. I don't think it works for the D to be at the beginning. I think the green A might be a lie. That's what I'm thinking. Now. So that means the D could be second or third. Because I just don't think this works here. So the D could be second or third. And there's no A? If there's no A, or if there's an A somewhere else, then the A is the lie the first 3 times. And everything else is true, so we need an E. And model, does that work? Almost. We need a lie and gland. We'd need like an N. What about, no, Yeah, what about laden? No. Oh, because then, right, if we put an A, we can have an A somewhere else, but then it's the lie. Something ADEL, maybe? Man, I'm having a hard time even coming up with a possible answer here. I mean, it's possible if we don't do the A, if we don't have an A at all, we could have no L as well. We still need to have an E. But what about modem? Modem works. Okay. Well, clearly they can't have the A and the D. So there's definitely an E. Because one of the A or the D, the green A or the green D is the lie. So there's definitely an E. One of those could be green. And we can't put an M at the end unless there's a second M. Because if there's an M at the end, this is the lie, which makes the yellow one true. Could we do something like this? It would have to have new letters otherwise. So we couldn't do like media. And at this point, we're running out of vowels to use. Okay, so we know there's an E. Do we know for sure that there's not an A third? I feel like I'm fairly confident there's not an A third, but because if so, then this is definitely true. But man, I want to do something like medic, but we can't do the I. We can't do media because that's lots of problems. So I don't think MED works. It's possible there's no M at all. The M is the lie. But then, if that's true, if the D is here, the M is the lie, then the E has to be first or second, and we need new letters. Something, but then we need to, I mean, it'd have to be like a U or something Y, but you can't do LY because then you need to have an A or an N, and you can't do GY because we've already ruled out the G. You can't do another D because we already know we have the yellow D in trade. I don't know. This is I'm really having a hard time with this one today. Can't be DU, and we can't put another E. Unless we can do another E, and then we got to have an M. We could do like DEY, but you'd have to have an M here. And that's no good. We still don't know that the D is true third. It might not be. What about edema? No, because the A, right. If you put in an A, then you need an L or an E, or you need to have an L. Yeah, if you put an A, then you need to have an L. Okay, so I feel like there's gonna be an M somewhere, and it makes the most sense for it to be at the beginning. Then you'd have to have the E. But I tried this. Metal. Metal? Oh. Oh. Okay. Well, we're making progress. So one of the M's is a lie. So we know the green D's are true, which means the green A's are definitely lies. Okay. Okay, we know all of that now. What else do we know? If the green A is true, then this would be the lie. Which would mean there would have to be an L, so this would have to be a lie. If the green A is true, okay, this is something. So if the green A is true, then there's definitely an L, which means this is the lie. If the green A is not true, then this is the lie, which means these two have to be true, which means the M is the lie. So what is that? Right. Oh, right. So one of the A's is a lie and one of the L's is a lie is what we need to see. So the N is definitely true as well. Okay. So if it's EDA, then it has to have a pedal. Pedal? Wow. Okay. That was really a struggle today. I had a hard time even thinking of words to guess because, on hard mode, it has to be a possible answer. I just could not work out what was a possible answer. And every time I come up with something, it wasn't really very helpful until metal. Okay, well, we got there eventually. So let me know if your solve kind of dragged on like mine did, and if your modem was working a little slowly, or if you got it quickly and easily and the puzzle gave you a medal, I guess. I don't know. Let me know how it went for you, and be sure to subscribe for more.